So today we're going to talk about Twilight Castle. It is a cross server right now, so it is a Duke title. It is an alliance-based event. So let's go in and take a look at the screen. On the upper left, you can see that this person is the number 1, meaning that they're furthest down the path at level 455. This bugle is telling you about Alliance Warfare. It does light up when it's activated, and it'll tell you how many people are around that same area. And depending on how many of your Alliance members are in that area, you do get an attack buff. The progress bar on the top, 97.4% out of 100. That tells you how much progress there is until Dracula appears. Dracula is basically like Scarlet Beauty. It's a bigger boss level, more attack, more points when you kill it. But you do have to be at the level that Dracula is in order to attack it when it does reach 100%. On the right, there's 2 icons here. So this one is disorder. This means that somebody has placed an effect on me. I can't see who did it. So keep that in mind when you go ahead and use disorder on somebody else. They won't be able to see that you were the one who did it. So this basically just clouds your vision on the path for 5 moves. I already moved 3 moves, so that's why it says there's 2 moves left. The one on the left, Foresight, is the opposite of that. This allows you to see up ahead in the path 5 moves. These 2 are activated when the icon looks like a purple orb, and it's either one or the other. And I'll hopefully be able to show you that if we encounter it. Right now I'm on level 139. On the bottom right, where it has that foot and says distance, that allows you to skip ahead to the levels where there's more monsters. Right now, if I did not go ahead and choose distance and just walked up the path, it's likely that the monsters I encounter have already been killed. So skipping ahead is nice because you catch up to everybody else's progress and you get to attack more monsters. If you don't, but also on the flip side, you miss events along the way, such as opportunities to get power-ups or to get treasure. So just keep that in mind. You can choose whether or not you want to skip ahead or not. Right now, because I have the disorder effect on me, I'm actually going to go ahead and move forward because since I can't see where I'm going, it's likely that the monsters I encounter here are going to be already killed, so I don't have to worry about choosing which is the better path. Whereas if I chose distance and went ahead and still had a disorder, I don't know which monster I'm facing. So let's move ahead now. Oh, actually, I do want to show you another thing. This is the intelligence. This shows you how many chests you've encountered. What's nice is if you've encountered chests but don't open it right away, it's still going to be available to you if you do decide to open them later on. And typically you can only get the keys for these when you purchase value packs, or if you happen to receive a key as a reward from one of the treasure opportunity chests or coves. Alright, so let's keep going. So we have landed on a tile that allows us to power up our knight, which is nice. Sometimes it'll power it up by an amount of points, or sometimes it'll be a percentage, like on the right. And I think I'm actually going to up the percentage of this guy. Just because I know some of the lower level knights are around that kind of HP. And let's just go here. See, it says that the minion has already been defeated. It tells you by who. They got the kill rewards for that. And I'm going to go ahead and choose this one. So this icon actually allows you to move horizontally, because typically you can only go forward following the arrowed paths. So we can choose to go to one of the people on the right, but I actually don't want to do that. And at this point, I'm actually going to go ahead and choose distance to skip ahead. Alright, so I'm going to choose this guy. And as you can see, I can now start battling other opponents. So I'm going to go ahead and change my knight. So it will default to the first knight that you have that has enough HP to kill it. But you do want to be mindful of the HP difference, and you can actually change out your knight so that you can maximize the attack better. So for example, right now Francis is deployed with 703k. If I chose a lower knight, like say Leo, I can hit him at 560 and find another knight that has about 150 something HP, and so hopefully you'll maximize your points better, if that makes any sense. So it might require a little bit of math if you really want to get precise, or you can just kind of guesstimate, which is usually what I do because I don't got time for that. And let's see here. We'll just use this one for illustration purposes. And when you kill a opponent, you do get a reward. And this icon can go one of two ways. This is the Knight Mist like you saw earlier. It can either increase your knight stats, or it can decrease your knight's stats. So right now I'm going to choose one, and we're going to keep going. So one other thing that's important to note is that once you deploy a knight, you can't use them again unless you use an item. It's called a dispatch order. And you can get this in the item store or through value packs. I'm running out of lower level knights, so I am going to start to waste a bunch of HP. Here's another Knight Mist, another lucky one. And this gave us foresight for the next 5 moves. So there's a couple of new icons here to show you. The one on the left is a treasure chest, which you can open with a key that I kind of showed you on this screen before on the intelligence. Up ahead on the fire camp, or the fire pit, that is called Respite, and that's where I'm gonna go next, actually. So it's just basically like a free tile. You do get a reward. You don't have to find anybody, so this is always a nice tile to land on. We are almost caught up, I think. So here's that chest. Again, even if we skip this, we can open it later if we do decide to get a key. And it looks like this is the stopping point to where everybody has progressed. They're waiting to kill this guy. So you have a couple options. You can attack it and just get as many points as you can at this point, or you can attack it and leave, or you can just leave at this point and come back and hope that it has already been killed. It's really up to you. I do like to get some damage points, so I'll usually hit with at least one of my knights. But that's totally personal preference. So I think that's where I'll stop right now. And hopefully you guys have learned how to navigate Twilight Castle for the most part. Thanks, guys.